What is it that makes a person successful? Is it education, drive, ambition, focus? Or are we just lucky? For a large part of my life, I had assumed that all I had to do was try hard and keep persevering. If I kept going and worked hard enough, I could have everything I'd ever dreamed of. And if I gave up, I wouldn't make it. Perhaps many of you learned the same lessons growing up. Nearly all of us, in some way, feel this pressure to be everything that we can be. To take advantage of every opportunity, to make the most out of our lot in life. Whether we know it or not, we end up pitting ourselves in competition with the Joneses. The cycle of success becomes a vortex that's all about having more, being more, doing more. And to motivate ourselves, we look to those ultra elite that have everything we think that we want. The people who are doing better are obvious, because typically, they're the only ones we're focused on. If we were climbing a mountain, they'd be above us. If we were racing, they'd be ahead of us. They absorb so much of our attention that we probably have a cloudy picture of how the rest of the world actually looks. True or false? Just under half the people in the world live on less than $5.50 a day. That's true. About 3.4 billion people, more than 10 times the population of the entire United States. Let's try another. True or false? An income of just $34,000 per year puts you in the top 1% of income earners in the world. This is also true. Nearly everyone around us is in this 1%. The people to your right and left, in your office, on the train, the people you meet on vacation, they're everywhere. In our daily lives, we'd have to make a serious effort to find any exception to what we mistakenly accept as the rule. What we're forgetting is that the world is a very big, diverse place. Worldwide, for every one of you, there are almost 10 people trying to eke out an existence on less than $1.90 a day in income. For every one of you, there are more than 46 people living on less than $5.50 a day. To put that in perspective, if we were to fill a stadium with people randomly selected from across the world, you'd have to walk multiple rows before finding another person that even had the disposable income to get an overpriced pretzel with you. As it turns out, for my entire life, I'd made the mistake of extrapolating the information I could readily see around me every day and applied it as if it were universal. I had fallen victim to my own exceptionalism simply because I didn't know it existed. I've learned that I had grown up taking my access for granted. The access I had to education. My access to banking, and most of it automated. My access to credit. The access I had to information and knowledge. And access to the markets where I could turn my ideas into income to sustain not just myself, but one day, a family. I was born into all of this access. My work ethic had nothing to do with this. I couldn't believe it. I've come to learn that working hard is definitely a piece of the puzzle, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. And it's not always a prerequisite to success. Sometimes, success has a predetermined limit based on the situation you were born into. For me, the question became, what am I going to do with this information? I've been fortunate to have the opportunity to travel and meet scores of people far different from myself. They've motivated me to tell their story and to teach the people that I interact with every day about how lucky we all are. It's my sincerest hope that this realization will become commonplace in the future, and it is my highest priority to reinvent the way that we think about giving back to those born less fortunate. We are It Takes a Village Foundation. We help communities of entrepreneurs create and sustain meaningful businesses that have the potential to impact their communities forever. We partner with grassroots organizations in areas of the world where incomes less than $1 per day are the norm. We help assess their plans to help mitigate unnecessary risk and to strategize a path for autonomous growth. We also underwrite community-wide trainings based on the skills that communities will need to be successful, and provide performance-incentivized scholarships to their children to attend primary school. Rest assured, we aren't anybody particularly special. We most certainly aren't saviors. We aren't economists, politicians. We aren't wealthy philanthropists. You don't have to be any of these things to see that people just need a chance and an opportunity. We are simply a group of individuals who see people as equal people. We see ourselves in our clients. We realize that our roles could just as easily have been reversed, and that every person, no matter the circumstances they were born into, deserves a shot to make it on their own. We are It Takes a Village Foundation. Learn more and join us at standformore.org.